Good evening once again. Mic check. Can you all hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So my name is Eugene. I'll be your host for this evening. For those just joining for the very first time, this is Design with You. So the goal of this platform is to host designers the experience to share their thoughts on various topics so the community can grow and learn. So it's a weekly session, usually holds around Sundays by 8 p.m. But due to the regularity of our guests' schedule today, we had to move to 6 o'clock. Today we'll be having Joyce Hanson to talk about freelancing basically. So Joyce is a real business designer that has a lot of experience and reached out to her with the hopes that she would share some of her knowledge on the topic. So for the next couple of minutes, we'll be allowing Joyce talk to us about freelancing, and after that, we can ask our questions and then call it a wrap for this evening. So Joyce, the floor is yours for the next couple of minutes.
All right. Thanks. Good evening, everybody. And I hope we all had or having a great day. So let me just start sharing my screen. Uh oh yeah, trust everybody can see my screen. Oh my god, let me just reduce this thing first. Okay. So yeah, I am Joyce Hanson. I'm a product designer and I enjoy working on, I enjoy working on illustrations also on the side and interaction design also. Please, am I audible and can you guys see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks. All right, so yeah, Joyce Hanson. So I will be talking about getting started with freelancing. I started freelancing around 2020, right after I, took my UI course, and I just, it's been really interesting ever since. And so I would like to, sort of like, give you guys some one or two tips, with getting started with freelancing. So let's get started. So yeah, so I'll be talking about what is freelance, and I'll be defining freelancing to people who may not know exactly what freelancing is, and also talking about why you should go into freelancing. And I will be also speaking about what websites you could actually find nice freelancing jobs really easy, and then I'll also be touching on tools for freelancing and also freelancing in Nigeria. So let me just get started. So I would like to define freelancing. So like freelancing, or who is a freelancer? A freelancer is an individual or someone that earns money, per job or per task basis. And most of the time, since we're freelancing, it's not going to be, it's the direct opposite of full-time, your normal traditional full-time job, right? So a freelancer works just for a short period of time, right? And is independent. So since you're a freelancer, you get to cater for yourself. You're not going to be depending on your product owner, or you're not going to be depending on your CEO, you're not going to be depending on your company. So you're like your own boss, so to say. So a freelancer, like I said, is not an employee of any firm. You have the freedom and the liberty. A freelancer has the freedom and the liberty to decide whenever they or wherever they want to work from, and whatever time they want to work, right? And so the freelancer literally just is just chilling and is a boss. Like, I really love freelancing. Is the boss of their own, right? So you're working exclusively as a freelancer on a particular project, right? So you can decide how much workload you want to accept, and how many projects you want to work at a time. So it varies. So now I would like to explain why you should go into freelancing, because freelancing right now, now that everyone is laying everybody off, like, you're not, in quote, you're not safe in nobody's company. You're not safe. So you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. So freelancing, I would encourage everybody to actually, delve into freelancing. Number one, because you can work remotely. Of course, with full-time jobs, you can also work remotely. But with freelancing, some people actually require that you even, come maybe like some hybrid jobs. You have to, go to work like say 3 times in a week, and then you can work remotely 2 times in a week amongst like in the 5 days of the week. So, but with freelancing, you do not like nobody can start dictating to you how you should work, because like I said previously, you're the one who lays the rules, right? Number two, you have an extra source of income. So that's the I would say that's the most interesting part of freelancing, because aside from the fact that you have your full-time job, you can also freelance on the side. So like I said, it depends and it varies. Some people cannot, like, since I started freelancing, there are some projects that I would rather outsource, right? So you as a freelancer, if you notice, and it's very important because you wouldn't want to experience burnout while doing, the work for your company. So I would encourage anybody who freelances to always try to outsource. Why? Because you can, outsource this projects to people and still earn an income from the project, right? So aside from the fact that you're outsourcing it, you're also making some extra cheese on the side, right? So freelancing is a very good opportunity for you to get an extra source of income. And I think I already mentioned the fact that you're on your own boss. So nobody's going to start, I would say nobody's going to start bossing you around. So yeah, like you're a chief on your own. So you make the rules, and then you get to network, right? So since you freelance and you can just network with a particular niche, or I would say you can decide to network with, for example, let's say people in the medical niche, right? Or you decide, okay, that's only when you found your niche, of course. So networking is another, because you would make so many friends, and people would now start referring you to their circle, right? So you get to network with a lot of people. Like, since I started freelancing, right, speaking from experience, I've had to work with a couple of people from different countries, and some people actually refer me to their colleagues for me to finish up some projects. And it's really interesting for you, because you wouldn't want that. Another interesting thing is you have to make sure that whenever you are handing off a project, I don't know, I hope everybody's a designer here. I trust everybody's a designer here, right? So one very, very important thing is, whenever you freelance, always try to leave a very good like, don't you wouldn't want to work on a project and leave the project all in the hands of, like, I'm talking about design handoff now. You wouldn't want to leave the project all in the hands of the client. So the client is just going to be lost, and at the end of the day, they wouldn't be satisfied. So whenever they want to refer you, like me, I've had so many friends who I've had people who at the end of the day don't get referrals because they've had bad reviews from clients. So if you want to freelance and you want to network and you want to grow, you would want people to refer you, and let people have like a good review. The last one would be possibility to scale into a company. So when you freelance, and I mentioned that you can outsource these projects. So if you start getting these referrals as a freelancer, you can expand and grow, and even register your company and turn it into a digital agency, right? In a sense of like, like when you have like 10 projects at once, you alone wouldn't be able to, finish it up and everything. So if you outsource them, you can expand. It's a way of expanding. You can maybe, I don't know, if you have like a couple of designer friends, right? you can co-own a company together with these friends and, register a company or a digital agency and make sure that the digital agency, of course, is registered, and then people can start patronizing you. So you scaling into a company that's a freelancer. You scaling into a company is very, very possible as a freelancer. I'm very sure a couple of friends and I have been thinking about, owning a digital agency. And, you might have, as a designer, you might want to make friends with developers and, maybe motion designers so that you can, earn much more diverse projects. So the third thing I'll be talking about is the websites to find freelancing jobs. So Fiverr is a very interesting website or platform for freelancers, and Upwork, Dribble, LinkedIn, and Total. I know of Fiverr very well because I freelance on Fiverr and I'm very active on there. Upwork, Dribble, LinkedIn, and Total. So Total is the only Total is, I would say, out of all these five, out of the five listed here, Total is pretty difficult, and it's the only freelance platform that I have not yet broken into. So I would start with Fiverr, right? So Fiverr, there's one advantage, or I would say, yeah, one advantage that Fiverr has over the other four is the fact that Fiverr, you don't need to propose to a client, you don't need to beg them for work, you don't need to go and start telling them or explaining to them that you would, finish up their work or anything, because it's the client that sees these UI shots or designs, screens that you must have probably done in the past, right? So when the client sees it and thinks you are good enough for them, then he writes you up, he texts you, of course, because there's a message system in Fiverr, and then he just meets you up and asks you for your price. Of course, your price is going to be stated there, right? So you don't need to start meeting up with clients, you don't need to start looking for a job. The job comes to you. So that's one thing about Fiverr. The only disadvantage is Fiverr is not friendly to Nigerians, I would say, especially people in Africa, because of the location. So my friends, because I'm not in Nigeria at the moment, so my friends always complain about the fact that most of these clients, they tend to most of these clients tend to run away once they see your location, right? But there are so many ways you can tweak location, and we all know. So I wouldn't go into that at the moment. So that's one thing about Fiverr, and so far, Fiverr has been very helpful. Like when I'm done with the entire presentation, I will share a link in the chat section. I watched a friend of mine uploaded a video on YouTube, and I watched it, and that was the video that helped me set up my profile. So on Fiverr, you have to set up your profile in a way that helps people easily find you. So the clients will only come on Fiverr, and if they are looking for a landing page designer, they will just go on the search section and then type for landing page. So there are so many ways that you can set up some little, I call it SEO in quotes, right? So you have to be ranking on at least the first or the second page on Fiverr so that people will easily find you, right? And don't forget, on Fiverr, you can it's only normal for you not to put up your Fiverr and start charging. I'm a designer, right? I design landing pages, and I started with $30. $30 is nothing. We all know $30 is nothing. It's very little, but I was very intentional. Why? Because I knew that I was looking for reviews. So I started with a very low $30, and I needed to gather up clients who would leave review on my profile, right? And these are like it's reviews people are after actually on Fiverr. Once they open your profile and they see that you don't have a single review, nobody will want to patronize you. So you need reviews. So I would advise that anybody who wants to start with Fiverr should not start with a very like just start low, humble beginnings. Start low. Like I said, I started with $30. And $30, this is 5 sections. Like I started with $30 for 5 sections. Five, landing page now. Landing page with 5 sections. So yeah, I would just advise anybody who's starting with Fiverr. With time, you can increase your price. When you've gathered enough reviews, right, you can then start, going high and high and high. But at the moment, I'll tell you right now, just, and the competition right now, you are actually in competition with Indians, because Indians would work, like they do suffer head work. I was saying code, everybody understands me. Indians would work on a landing page with 10 sections and they're ready to collect $50 from whoever it is. And we all know, your work will speak for you. So, like I said, start with $30. And when you start having these reviews, when people from, different countries, because the country will be there under the review section, that's the first thing whoever is going to patronize goes to check for on your profile. Once they see you have worked with one client from, I don't know, Paraguay, they see you worked on that person, Czech Republic, they see you worked with another person in US, different, like people get encouraged to work with you. And of course, when you put up your profile, you have to display the shots of screens that you have done. So the disadvantage, like I said, is location, and that's pretty much it. But of course, there are so many ways like you can tweak your location, right? So I'll move to the second aspect or to websites for freelancing, which is Upwork. So the thing with Upwork here is, unlike Fiverr, where people just want to come and do Fiverr, like I said, most people want to do landing pages and stuff. Like they just want quick work, right? For sometimes, of course, I've had people who would come into my inbox and write me up and ask if I'm ready. Like I said, people outsource jobs also. So if you are very good and you're skilled enough, you can get a full-time job from Fiverr, right? But Fiverr clients will not pay you as much as Upwork clients will pay you. So these things vary. I would say Fiverr is at the bottom of the food chain, and TopTal is at the top. But let's continue with Upwork. So Upwork will give you high-paying clients. But the thing is, with Upwork, you have to start sending proposals. You have to even sometimes have to submit your CV. Well, it's not like you're going to apply for a job, for crying out loud. But the thing is, yeah, Upwork will get you money. So with Upwork, you also need to set up your profile. You need to set up your profile. You need to answer some questions. You need to drop like some sort of I don't know, I think your government ID card and stuff. So Upwork is even like Fiverr is not as strict as Upwork. With Upwork, they're like really, really mad strict. So, but the thing is, you have to start writing. You have to send proposals. Now there's something called some sort of credits on Upwork. So all these things expire, I think, every 3 months, right? So with this, yeah, exactly, tax ID. Thank you. So, oh my God. Sorry for the call. So yeah, now Upwork, they are very, very strict. They start asking for tax ID and all these so many like you have to verify yourself, like so they because of course you can Upwork from, or you can freelance on Upwork as a Nigerian also. It depends on the client, so you have to also set up your account, build up your profile. Now I'll leave Toby's profile, the link to Toby's profile. I took Toby's course. So Toby is also a freelancer. He's a copywriter. And I took his course. So his course that helped me build my Upwork profile, that got me. Now let me even give you guys a story. My first Upwork withdrawal was $35, and I did 5 screens for this woman. You know, like clients are very funny. And the reason you have to be very careful with Upwork. Now, Upwork would state the amount when they put a job posting, right? When they put up a, I think I should just even share my screen with you guys, so you know what I'm talking about. So whenever you're looking for like jobs, you have to be very, very careful not to say or respond to the wrong jobs ridiculous amount of money. Let me present my Upwork screen to you guys. All right, I hope you guys can see my screen. So let me just continue. So for example, look at someone's, this is a job posting, right? So this is just the home screen where you would see once you get into Upwork, they will start giving you like they'll start showing you different jobs. And then imagine here, the person said the estimated budget for this is $25. And look at how many, like clients are funny. And look at how many a small 4-page website. This is 4 pages we're talking about. And the person wants to pay what? 25. Now that was my mistake. It's a fixed price. That was my mistake, right? This one is even funny. Estimated budget of $7. So you have to be very careful on Upwork. If not, you just read it. You think, oh, it's $25 per hour. So of course, maybe you just be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. You go and send. The client will so accept your proposal ASAP, because like, but I would just say, yeah, be careful, because you can fall into their fraud. Like a lot of fake scammers on Upwork too, sharp. So be careful and read the proposals very, very read the job description very, very well before you send any proposal. There are a lot of templates and proposal templates online, so you can actually search for the one that just fits your job, the one that fits the job. And what you need to do is, you don't even need to stress yourself. If you see like these jobs and you just click on them and apply now, you can just I would say adjust the job proposal that you're about to send, and send to a couple. You can bulk send, right? So just send to a couple in a day, apply like 10 times. So my first withdrawal was $35. My mistake was, like I said, I didn't read it, and I did everything, and then the woman paid me $35 and everything. And it was after then that I learned my mistake. And then subsequently, I started getting smarter. I took Toby's course, and then I did this profile completeness. So profile completeness, you have to be able to answer a couple of questions. And when you answer these questions, and wait, so there's another one. Where is it? No, okay, so let me just open this one to show you. You have to do some video introduction also. Like I said, Upwork is strict. With Fiverr, you don't need to do any video introduction. I can show you my Fiverr real quick. With Fiverr, you don't need to do any sort of video introduction. Just all you need is just put a picture of what you do, and then write up some sort of description about yourself. I even still think my description here is too long, right? And then, like I said, I would paste the video, Daniel's YouTube video on how to set up your profile on Fiverr, and then I'll also paste Toby's link. He has a course for Upwork, so you guys can play around and see which one you want. So let me just stop sharing both of them. And resume. All right. So like I said, with Upwork, you need to send proposals, and that's to me, Sha, that's the only disadvantage, because with Fiverr, you do not need to send any proposal. The job just comes to you. and I would move to TopTal. So TopTal, I applied once for TopTal and I didn't get through. I think that was a year ago. And after then, I just lost inspiration and interest and the ginger to apply again. But I have two friends in TopTal that I know of. So the thing with TopTal is TopTal, like I said, TopTal is at the top of the food chain. So to me, we have TopTal. Of course, there are different several freelance websites and platforms. But to me, I think in this stuff is TopTal that is at the top of the food chain because big companies like Chevron, big companies like Netflix, right? These companies hire contractors from TopTal, you know, and so TopTal will give you, or you would see top companies and you get high paying clients on there. And it just varies how you prefer to work. So of course you can work hourly and then decide on how you want to get paid. So that's the thing about TopTal. But before you enter TopTal, now TopTal has 4 stages, right? So I don't want to sort of like discourage anybody, right? But four stages before you get accepted as a freelancer in TopTal, you have to pass these 4 stages. You have to have 6 case studies that you must have finished. Yeah, it's crazy. You have to have 6 case studies. Now, the first stage is where you interview with someone, and then the second stage is where you present your portfolio with your case studies. And then the third stage, of course, they'll give you a task. Now, the third stage is where you now present the task, the solution, the take-home assignment that they've given you. And the fourth stage, whenever you are done with the third stage, the fourth stage is where they decide if they're going to take you or not. Right? So I believe like anybody can do it if you make up your mind to, but I feel to me, I feel it just takes too long. But then that's the reason why these top companies, these high-paying clients, yeah, it's ridiculous, I know. But that's the reason why these high-paying clients will prefer TopTal because because they feel like TopTal actually go for the big dogs, in quotes. So that's the thing with TopTal. Now LinkedIn. I would say LinkedIn, yeah, everybody knows LinkedIn. And yeah, you just have to be. LinkedIn is all about you being active, right? If you're not active on LinkedIn, you're not going to get any freelance gig. If you're not active, if you don't know how to post, and and not particularly, no, they do not have to be live projects. No. They do not have to be live projects. Because I remember a friend of mine, applied and he had four. He had 4 case studies and none of them is live till now. No, it's not child's play. Like I said, it's for the big dogs now. So yeah, but the thing is, with TopTal, you would get like top companies. You would get to work for big companies, and you can start adding it to your portfolio because, of course, like who would want to hire someone who has worked with maybe I don't know, the Pepsi company or Netflix or I don't know, Facebook. They're called Meta now. So like I said, Charles, big companies go hire contractors from TopTal. So with LinkedIn, right? With LinkedIn, you need to be able to be active, right? You need to be able to post a lot of your wins. Yes, just be active, post a lot, and with LinkedIn, you need to be able to also set up your profile so that whenever these recruiters, recruiter is just a word for full-time job, but then yeah, recruiters, because whenever all these recruiters come on LinkedIn, they would easily find you. Do you understand? So I would like to even show you guys someone's LinkedIn or even myself, because so I'll stop sharing and share this on the screen ASAP. Okay, so this is LinkedIn, right? And this is my link. Let me just show you my LinkedIn real quick. So my LinkedIn here has a nice header. So imagine someone who wants to give me a particular gig on, maybe product design, right? And they see my header. I'm not saying everybody should use this kind of header, but this describes, or my header speaks more on what I do and what I can do. So don't forget, your header has to talk for you, right? Someone will just come to my page and just be like, oh yeah, this girl, she knows how to, can sketch. From sketch, like the whole iteration process of a product will be digital mobile product, right? So don't forget, your header has to, be in sync with your, yourself, your person, because it's your signature here, it's your profile. So your picture, of course, has to look very, very professional, very, very professional. Don't take very, very professional. Please don't take one badass picture and put on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for serious people, right? So yeah, so that's it for the top part. And then I've not even really been active on LinkedIn, but then about my LinkedIn about is not as I wouldn't want. Let me not even just even okay. I'll show you guys another. I'll present you another person's LinkedIn. But then here, this featured section, you have to, you have to pin stuff, your achievements and case studies and your works. You have to pin it here on your profile because you wouldn't want them to start going through your post because of course you can go through someone's post because I'm viewing my own profile, so I cannot see. But when you go into someone else's profile, you can decide to see all the posts that they must have posted. So you have to pin this. You have to pin everything that you have worked on, so people can engage and they can view your stuff. And then here you have to be very careful with how you communicate on LinkedIn because your activity is out there. Like everything you've commented on and your likes, everything's just out there. You don't have that liberty like maybe Facebook or Twitter or Instagram to just be talking anyhow. LinkedIn, you have to be very, very careful. So that's it for activity. And then experience, of course, just come and pile everything that you have done here. Pile it up, pile it up, pile it up. And so these are my two experience. Like I first started as an intern and then product designer, and I made sure that I put it there. And education, like I said, education, you just every certificate and license that you have, you just make sure you put these there. So I'd like to go to Drew's profile. So you can see he also let me just even go up here. So here, I think I skipped this. So with LinkedIn, if you're a product designer, you like to state that you're a product designer, and product designer has different niches underneath product design. So you can say, okay, you are a Web3. In fact, if you're a junior, don't put junior product designer there. I wouldn't advise anybody to put junior product designer because let your work speak for you. So he is senior. So if you're a senior, of course, you have to flex. Yes, you're a senior, but if you're a junior, just don't even bother to put junior there. Don't bother to put junior there because you wouldn't want recruiters like it won't even attract all these recruiters that are just looking for a mere product designer. So when they say you're a junior, they just think you do not have any experience at all. So nobody will even reach out to yourself, or well, people might reach out to you if they are looking for specifically looking for junior product designers. But if you're a junior product designer, don't put junior there. Then yeah, if like Web3, if you're a Web3 product designer, if you're a 3D designer, or you know how to design 3D, or you know how to do interaction and stuff. If you can see Ayomide Ajibade, for example, he has piled everything here. So whenever people search for, I don't know, AR designer, he's going to appear in the search. So you have to be very, very crazy. He talks about, look at, like, the guy uses hashtags here. I feel like this is very, very important. And of course, you have to, have your portfolio ready. Now, you do not need exactly, like, you do not need any online. If you are just starting out as a freelancer, you can just have a couple of works that you want to show, like your reel, you can have it on Figma, right? And then put it up there for people. So whenever they click on it, but if you also have a portfolio, you can also put it here. But if you want to start up as a freelancer and you don't have that, I'll say you don't have the opportunity to put up your stuff, you don't have the opportunity to have a website of your own, Figma is a very, very good alternative. And thank God you can prototype on Figma too. So it's clickable and interactive. So you can put up your shots, your UI shots and stuff on Figma. So so that's it with, I think I've gone through all this. And yeah, you have to also be very, very active. You have to know how to, work on communication with clients. Like I think I spoke about networking. You have to know how to network with people because, like I said, whenever someone needs a particular project, you should be one of the first people that they should think about. Like, leave a good impression, and know how to communicate with people. They do not need to be Nigerians before you comment under their posts, right? So you need to just literally comment, be very, very good with commenting, be very good with leaving feedbacks, be very good at, just, be a very, very good talkative on LinkedIn if you're looking for, these jobs. And of course, you can search for recruiters and leave cold emails, and you can reach out to recruiters on LinkedIn also by sending proposals. Now, there are templates for how to send proposals on LinkedIn. And, it's like I said, Fiverr is like my best platform because I do not need to do anything. I do not need to send anybody proposal. Come to me and give me the job. That's all. But with these platforms like LinkedIn, Upwork, you have to work for it. You have to work for it, right? So let me just stop sharing here and go back to Figma. So now, the only disadvantage with LinkedIn is sometimes, but not all the time, it requires some sort of SEO so that you can be ranking when people search for, let's say, I don't know, user interface designer, for example. If your profile is not very well, composed, you might not appear in one of the 5 or one of the 10 searches and search results. So that's another thing. So Dribble is one advantage Dribble just has. Well, so many people don't know that you can actually find jobs on Dribble, right? Well, another advantage is you can create a portfolio on Dribble. So you have, I'm sure everybody knows Dribble, so you can just go on Dribble and post your shots, right? But Dribble also requires that you comment a lot before you start ranking to some extent. So now Dribble has a job posting. Dribble requires that you, one second. Well, you guys know Dribble anyway, so I don't need to share. You can find jobs on Dribble if you go to find work and then send in that one also requires that you send in your proposal, right? You have to apply, you have to work for, the work, right? So you have to apply. You can easily, create a portfolio. So when they see your proposal, they just, just go straight to your Dribble profile and they check out your works, right? So all you need to do is make sure that you post on Dribble you post at least, you just have to make up your mind. You post at least maybe, I don't know, 3 times in a day. You have to be very, very active on Dribble for you to also, get yourself or land yourself a freelance gig. So I would encourage everybody to try Dribble out. I haven't gotten a job from Dribble yet, and I haven't even tried Dribble, right? But I think I must have sent in the past a couple of proposals, but I didn't get any feedback. So With any disadvantage, I would say, yeah, the only disadvantage, not that I can think of right now, but say just give it a try and send your proposals. There are proposal templates online that you can, search for. Just Google a proposal template and how to, present yourself as a freelancer, and then compose it very well. Just edit the thing, tweak it side from like insides, and then send it to the client. Now, these are the tools for freelancing. You can use Google Meet. Google Meet is what we're using right now, Slack and Trello. So for Google Meet, what I do is whenever I get these invites, or whenever I get these requests from clients, most of the time I just tell them to meet me up on Google, and then on Google Meet, of course, I send them a link and I make sure I'm recording the screen right away, because I don't want to I don't want any problem with anybody. So, so most of the times these clients would tell you something. Of course, there should be a product brief, but sometimes in case where there is no product brief and no requirements, most of them would they would tell you something after you've submitted your project. Another advantage of sharing, of course, recording your screen is so you can replay it again, right? And you can watch the video that you recorded again, so you can design to the taste of that of the client. Now, Slack is for communication. So if you're trying to take the person outside the platform that you got the person, you can open a Slack and a channel for just you and the person, and then you guys can communicate. If you don't want to introduce WhatsApp, then Slack is very, very professional. Now you can use Trello to manage your tasks. So Trello is a website, as a platform where you can just list your to-dos, and then just strike them out. You can also share the Trello board with your clients so that they can see the process. If you don't want to share the Figma link with the person just right away, you can just share the Trello board link with the person, and then they can just see it. So Google Meet, Slack, and Trello, you would want to use that also. They're all free, right? So you won't need to pay for any subscription whatsoever. So freelancing in Nigeria, okay. So freelancing in Nigeria, we use Nigerians use Nigeria Pioneer, Sendwave, Flutterwave, and StockGrade.co. But you can use PayPal if you can find a way to work things around and use PayPal. Is very, very, like, I use PayPal to do withdrawals, and it just goes smoothly, and within 1 minute you have your money. Now, I'm not very I know I did my findings actually, and I know that you can use Pioneer on Upwork, right? But most of the times, on sometimes, you need Gray. So Gray.co is a platform. They offer virtual cards, and then I'm sure you guys even know these things, this particular withdrawal system better than I do, right? So Gray.co, you would need to connect your Gray.co to Payoneer, and then when your money gets into your Payoneer, you would need Gray to withdraw it, and then from Gray directly into your local bank account. Now, Sendwave is when you want to receive a money direct. It's Flutterwave actually owns Sendwave, so Sendwave is when you want to receive money directly from someone. It's almost like Western Union per se, but then since it's a Nigerian thing, you can receive dollar from whoever it is. All they need to give you is some sort of OTP. I think there's World Remit also, and other ones. But for Fiverr, you can use PayPal, and then you can use Payoneer. For Upwork also, you can use your direct. For Upwork, you can use your direct. You can withdraw the money directly into your local bank account. And in other cases, I think you can also open up a domiciliary account. Yes, there will be a recording because it's being recorded as I speak. So yeah, those are the ones that I know of. I'm very sure there are other options out there to get your money out. But I use PayPal, and PayPal has been working for me. So yeah. So please, questions, 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 and let me know what you guys want me to talk on.
Thank you very much, Joy. Okay, so right about now, we're opening the floor for questions. If you have questions regarding what you just spoke about, please either you type it on the chat section or unmute your mic to speak. Okay, are you a DJ?
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Grace, for the wonderful sessions. Thanks to the host as well for leading up this session. My question is about freelance. Yes, I don't even have an idea of what product design is for. I'm a graphics assistant. I've been doing all these minor works for my friends and I will say family. And there are some that are not friends, they are not family. I just get to know them, the casual persons. But then my question is how I can actually switch properly into UI UX. I want to learn that. I don't know if graphics understanding really matters in that. And I want to ask if I can actually learn that myself, or do I need to actually pay someone to go into that? And the second question is about product design. Is it that product design is part of UI UX or is just a branch of UI UX? Thank you very much.
Okay. You're sure you're welcome. Okay, so your first question is okay, you're a graphic designer and you want to sort of like switch to product design, right? And you're asking if you need to have any knowledge. Nah, you no, you don't, but because I believe that when you take the course for product design or UI or UX or research, or not research per se, but when you take the product design course, right, you'll be you'll be taught all these basics, you'll be taught all these things, you'll be taught about how to use typography very well, which I understand. You're a product design, you're a graphic designer now, so I'm very sure you know how to play around your typography. So you'll be taught how to use typography. You learn how to use your colors. You basically, yeah, you need UX for UI self because user interface design is not entirely, I would say, you shouldn't just use the word product design. It's not entirely complete without a good experience and everything. So, sorry, can you click me with your mic? Okay, so I feel like you'll be taught all these things. So just go ahead and take the course, right? You learn all these things with time, you know. You learn all these things with time. So it's the ball is in your court. You already have knowledge on with this graphic design that you're already doing, so you don't have problem. And then yeah, you mentioned product design. So product design entails thinking about the business aspect also. So with product design, you are not just a designer, but you are also making sure that you are working. Also, I would say you need to wear the hat of a product manager also if you're a product designer, not all the time, but you need to know how to think like a businessman whenever if you're a product designer. So UI is just the interface part. UI is just how beautiful it looks with, like you said, typography, layouts. UI is just to make the thing fine, right? It's interface. Interface is interface, right? Then UX is the experience. So when you design your stuff and you design your product, you need to make sure your product is you need to make sure your product is not giving users headache, right? Please, I'm just gonna just round up so that everybody can ask questions. You need to make sure your product is not giving users headache. So with product design, I would say entails the UI, the UX, and the business aspect of a product. So I hope I am able to answer your question. Please, who is next? Okay, I don't
Thanks a
know.
lot. I think Mohammed is next.
Yeah.
Abdul Hakim Mohammed.
Yeah, every Joyce. I hope you can hear me.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
All right. Thanks for the session so far. I've learned a lot. Though I used to be a freelancer, I used to be a content writer and also until I had a terrible incident with the client and my account was lost in the process. So I'm thinking of delving into Fiverr. I want to like so
Sorry.
hello, can you hear me?
No. You were out for a while. Like, please can you come again?
Yeah, it was
I think you may just have to type the question. I can't hear you at all.
actually so what am I
Okay, when he comes back, we'll attend to his question. Peter Agudmala, would you ask the question, please?
Hi, good
Good
evening.
evening.
So thank you for the section. My question is for some while I have my fiber, I have my Upwork, been sending connect here and there, but nothing seems to be coming. I don't know if there is another technique to it because when I see people talk about it, it seems as if it's a magic because for some while I become so consistent, keep on sending connect here and there. Like at some point I made sure that my account was set up fully. And it seems as if there is a method that people are not revealing to us. And it seems as if we are just in a place, in a dark situation where we can't get a full access to what they're actually doing to make it work. So that's my question is, I still believe that there is still much more way that are not yet exposed to help one to actually upskill and then understand how these things work well.
Okay. Okay. So I think you mentioned connect, so I'm sure you are talking about Upwork, right? The secret to Upwork is you just having a very good proposal, like the text that you send to these people who are looking for freelancers. So if you get a very good template and put in your works, because don't forget you have to attach like pictures or shots of what you've done and what you've achieved. I would say the first paragraph, right? Don't even talk too much in your proposal. Your proposal should not be more than 3 paragraphs. Introduce yourself, go straight to the point, your achievements, and just attach works that you have done for people and how the people compensated you. Like there are templates out there now, but I think I'll search for some templates that I've used on Upwork and I would share it with you. If you can just DM me on Twitter, I would share a copy of the templates that I have used for Upwork. Now, Fiverr, we need reviews. I cannot like you need reviews. You need reviews on Fiverr. And without reviews, nobody would trust you. Nobody will want to work with you because they feel you are either a beginner or you're not. You need reviews. You're not. You just think you're phony, right? They think you're a scam or something, right? So try and make sure that you have reviews on Fiverr, right? You need reviews on Fiverr to, to scale up, and you need to know how to set up your. I'm going to send. I'm going to just send the link right away. So a friend of mine has done a YouTube video, and that's what I used to set up my profile on Fiverr. And so here is what people does with fun. Okay. So I'm going to copy the link and paste it right away, so you guys can just go and watch it and set up your account. My game is not opened. Oh my god. Please follow me and I will follow you back and reply or send you. So I sent the link to his video. So he has like, sorry, okay, please, before the next person talks, I think I'm just seeing that there are some messages here that I haven't gone through. Okay, hi Joyce. Does it mean to kickstart freelancing, you should be present on all 5 platforms? No, you do not need to be present on all 5 platforms. But I would advise to, yes, I would advise to actually, try and sign up on these platforms, because you wouldn't know where your clients, will come from. So try and make yourself available everywhere, but it's not it's not necessary, right? You do not need it. If you are going to concentrate on just 2 out of these 5, then that's totally fine, right? But please, LinkedIn is very important. So let me not just nullify that one. LinkedIn is very important. You need to post. You need to start posting. See, I didn't mention Twitter. Oh my god, Twitter is very important, guys. Twitter. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got my first UI gig on from Twitter. Yes, from Twitter. Why? Because I was just posting my designs. I was just posting when I just started. I was just posting, and someone just reached out to me. Oh, we saw your job, and thank God, though, Twitter has a very good algorithm. When people start liking your post and start engaging, someone who is not even looking for design will see it on their TL, and then boom, that's how your post will just start growing like that. So please, yes, social media is very important. You have to post. You have to make up your mind that, I'm going to be consistent. At least every week, I'm going to be posting my work. I'm telling you, just even do a testing. Just test it out and see. If you decide to start posting, even if it is a tweaked shot, a tweaked UI shot of something that you must have probably worked for, initially with like a client's work, where you can tweak it, then post it on, because I've done it, I do it. I just, something I've worked for on a particular project, I could just, post it up. I will just tweak it and just change the text, change the color, blah, 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 just post it up, and that's it. Just be posting. This engagement is what will bring you your bread. Engagement is what will bring you your bread. I can't emphasize it, because you need to post, because you don't know who your client is, you don't know where that recruiter is, you'll just, your this thing will just appear, your post or your shots, something that you must have worked on will just appear and on their timeline, and you don't know who will reach out to you. Like, please, social media is very, very, very powerful. So yeah, let me go to this. You do not need to let me just go to the other question. Hi, I started learning UI UX for 2 months now, and I still think I need to be grounded properly on UX. Yes, you do. There are lots of things I need to know. I'm thinking of taking a course with Coursera Google on UX development. I'm asking this because I would love to know if anyone here in the group has gone through such training. I don't want to waste my time. Yes, please. Please do take a UX course. Very important. Very, very, very important. UX is very important for UI. So please, anybody, Akachuku Faith is asking if anyone here has done the Coursera course. Please kindly reach out to her. Kindly reply in the in-call messages section. So the next one is, how do you send your proposals as a product designer? Do you send your link to your portfolio? Yes, you have to embed your link in your proposal, in the message that you're going to compose on message you formatted down. Put in your link, and then at the bottom where you write kind regards, let it be like a signature, www.xyz.com.xyz.de. Just put in your proposal, your portfolio link. So most of the case studies must be live. No, they must not be live. Also, after Akalazu, I will follow you back. Thank you, Joyce. I'm coming to your DM. Yes, please do that. Twitter handle, please. Can I get Joyce Twitter handle, please? I the Lord's very own. I think Eugene has posted it. Okay. The YouTube link. Joyce, you mentioned sending a link to. Yes, that's true. Toby's profile. I will send that also. Please, whilst I'm looking for Toby's profile, please, who is next? Any questions?
Special agent is going next. Then I think Abolaji, the last person I could take.
Hello, Eugene. Please, can I ask my question now?
Yes, please.
Okay. What I was trying to ask you is that so I'm trying to go back to Fiverr now. So I had something about staying online after setting up your profile and your gig and all. So I was told you have to stay online to help your gig rank or something. So can you just kindly explain that briefly?
Okay. So you do not need to stay online. Just download the Fiverr app and put on your notifications. When the client sends you a message, you're gonna just get a notification on your phone. So staying online does not help you rank on Fiverr at all. What helps you rank on Fiverr is the reviews that the client leaves, right? So the client is going to, after every work, of course, every nice client, if you leave a very good, like if you leave a very good impression, every nice, sensible client would, in fact, Fiverr is even going to just, put it up on as a model in their faces that they have to leave a review. Even you will leave a review for the client. So even if the client messes up, you can just give them 1 star, save, but take it like that. So the client will leave a review. So you need to make sure that the work is like it is intact. You need to make sure that the work is perfect for the person to leave a 5-star review for you. Now, it's that 5 star that helps you rank, right? So you do not need to stay online or anything. No, you just need to make sure that you don't need to put Fiverr on your phone and make sure it doesn't go out. No, no, no. As far as you have the application, when I get a message, oh, can you do this work for me? And some clients, you have to be very careful because some clients, they won't even message you before they go and order the gig. They won't even message you. And the thing will just be counting down. And at the end of the day, you wouldn't be aware. So try and also check your Fiverr once in a while. Because some clients don't, give you heads up that, oh, you have an order from me. They will just go and send the order, and the thing will just start counting down like that. So you also have to be very careful. So that's it. And what you can also do, I already sent the video to the Fiverr. I would say, yeah, the Fiverr, setting up your profile and all those kind of things. I sent the video. A friend of mine did that video on YouTube. So you guys should please watch it and set up your Fiverr profile ASAP, ASAP. So one other thing is just look for, if you're a graphics designer or a copywriter. Now, what you can do is search for copywriters. Open 5, 6 tabs on your Google Chrome. I'm not saying copy and paste, please. Do not copy and paste, but gather inspiration from these people, because if it is working, if their profile description is working for them, it's work for you. Do not copy and paste. Fiverr will bounce you. Fiverr will bounce you. They will red flag you and they will bounce you. Do not copy and paste. Just open at least 5, 6 copywriters. If you're a copywriter, if you're a designer, open, graphic designer, open like 6, 7, visit these people's profile and look for people that, okay, that have at least 101 reviews. These are the big dogs on Fiverr. So that's it. That's it. So please, who is next?
Special agent.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Joyce, for a wonderful presentation. It was lovely, and I've actually learned so many things on this. So, personally, I have few questions. Surviving on up Fiverr, like you said, and your years of experience. You said 2020, and now, so and me want going into Fiverr now. I want to go into Fiverr, like trying to see how I can, start making my freelance stuff journey. So you recommend two things. That one, price and should be low, that people are looking out for your reviews and stuff like that. And you said that if you don't have any review, that no one will, like, try to patronize your skills and everything. So how, as a beginner in Fiverr now, I don't have any reviews, how will I get gigs? What do I do aside from my proposal, like you said? And you mentioned how we could tune our proposal here, and actually you sent some videos. So how did you survive in your own stage as starting in Fiverr, and how did your first job on Fiverr, how was it? Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. All right, so my first job on Fiverr, I started with $30. So I made sure that right now my Fiverr starts from $150, which is even still low, because I know that people charge, and that's for a 5-section landing page. So if you a product owner, you know what a landing page is. And you know that you calculate your landing pages like sections, right? So sections are like divs. So 5 sections for 150. But that time was I put it at I started with $30, right? So I did start with $30 because I wanted reviews. Now, starting slow or starting low is very important. That was how I started. I started low, and location is also another, plays a very, very important role, right? On Fiverr, I'm not saying Nigerians do Fiverr, and like my friend is on Fiverr and he gets gigs, right? He gets gigs. Some people change their location. No, see, there are so many ways to it, but if you go and use VPN, Fiverr will bounce you because Fiverr is strong and they know exactly when someone is using VPN to access their website. I don't know how they do that stuff, but they'll bounce you, right? And you won't be able to access your Fiverr profile anymore, right? So some people do what's it called, RDP. That's another, not even per hour. Now Fiverr, Fiverr is not per hour. You are not being charged per hour. You can also put per hour there, but it's only Upwork that does this hourly rate stuff. But Fiverr is per project, right? So you do not need to. Let me just show you guys. We can stop sharing. Mhm. Wait, who is this link? Sorry. Okay, so I'm going to share my Fiverr right away so you can see what it looks like. I think I shared it already. So where is the gig? So you can open 10 gigs under your profile. So there's no per hour. So this is basic, standard, and premium. So you can start with your basic, and then this was going for $30, right? Since I think I increased it around April this year. So you need to start very low. You need to start very low. You need reviews, because people will come there and start, looking for how good you are, and you need reviews. There are ways to get reviews. I wouldn't recommend it, but there are ways to get reviews. There are 1,001 ways to get reviews. To get someone to, review and drop reviews, drop good reviews, but I wouldn't recommend it, right? So all you need to do is start very low. Start with, even if it's $20, you know what your goal, you know what you're chasing. So even if it is $20, start very low. That's just my one and only advice. And reviews, make sure that you leave a very good impression, right? And also, I think I must have skipped the fact that Fiverr, can you see average response hour? Some people's average response time is 30 minutes. Some people 10 minutes. So you would only rank if I'm a level 1 seller now. Fiverr would derank you if you stop answering your clients almost immediately, right? They will derank you. So if you take too much, like this is 1 hour, it should stay 1 hour. If it exceeds 1 hour, if someone should send me a message and I take too long to reply, I take 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to reply, sometimes they will rank you. Fiverr will overlook it if it's your sleep time, because what is it though? Let me go back to Joyce Hanson. It will show my time zone to my clients, so they would see. Let me see. It's supposed to be showing somewhere. So yeah, if it's okay. It's not going to be showing time zone, but your clients will see your time zone and they will know, yeah, it's your sleep time. So Fiverr would understand that. Okay, so I hope I have answered that very well. We'll just stop sharing. Okay, so please, who is next?
Abolaji is going next.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello?
Evening.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, so still an entry-level designer. I've not started freelancing. So I heard someone saying something about sending documentation to clients like after getting a gig. So I want to know, like, what's the first thing you do after getting a gig before you start designing?
So after you get your brief and then you read through, you need to send the person. You need to send the person some sort of proposal. Let me see if I can lay my hands on that. And then you need to also send the person some sort of invoice. So all this will, because of course the person has to pay you before. If it's not on Fiverr, if it's Fiverr has an escrow that holds your money, right? And you only get paid after you submitted your job. But if you get this freelance gig from, I don't know, somewhere outside a platform that doesn't have escrow, like if it's not from Upwork or it's not TopTal, all these places, of course, the client has to pay to the website or the platform, and then you get your money after you deliver, right? But if the person is from, I don't know, Twitter or LinkedIn, just casually, get this gig, I would advise you to, collect money before you start designing. So you are going to send the person invoice, and this invoice states how long, of course you must have spoken about deadline with the person. So this invoice will help you state, the person also has to sign some sort of NDA. You will give your NDA, the person will give their NDA. So it's either you do not want to give an NDA or the person doesn't want to give you an NDA, but then you have to do documentation, you have to send invoice, you have to send like a breakdown of how long you are going to take, what are the different steps. For example, if it's by milestone, right? The first thing you need to just let the person understand, the first milestone will include high fidelity prototype, or then the second milestone, then the person, of course, you have to include that, okay, this is going to bring, I don't know, person has to pay you so amount of money, then the second milestone and everything. So you have to list these things out. Let me see if I have something to just share, like invoice template. Okay, here. So invoice, go there. So I will share an invoice and I'll share a product proposal. Project proposal. So just to show you guys what it looks like. This is something that I have used before, and you just state exactly a breakdown. Like I said, everything, this is the fees, this is the deadline. You have your terms and conditions. Don't forget you're your own boss. And then this is the place where the person would have to, sign in. Then let me just show you real quick what the invoice looks like. So here is what the invoice states. It just shows you, okay, hi-fi design 500, user testing, prototyping. So you need to make sure you have like a template. I'll share. I'll share the templates in the link so you guys can play around with it. So who's next?
That's all we can take for this evening. If there are any more questions, just reach out to Joyce on her LinkedIn or on Twitter. We'll share it once again. But so far, so good. I feel this has been a really interesting session. Thank you very much, Joyce, for your time. We really do appreciate it. So this meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded on our YouTube channel in a little bit. So that's all from our end. Do have a good night. Thanks a lot, Joyce.
You're welcome. Bye.
Sorry, bro. She has gone.